gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, once again coming to you from beautiful North Carolina in the Outer Banks. But I gotta say, as beautiful and as wonderful as it is out here, I think I'd rather be in the nation of Italy. And that's because Italians have officially had it with all things woke. And they're pushing back like never before. You're gonna absolutely love this. If you don't know, Italy has been witnessing over the last several years a very noticeable and political shift that has left liberals both within the country and across the European Union in a state of utter panic. And the driving force behind this massive shift to the political and cultural right is none other than the amazing Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, who's often dubbed the female Donald Trump, right? She was elected Prime Minister back in September 2022 as the leader of the Nationalist Populist Brothers of Italy Party. They get their name from the first line of the Italian national anthem. And the key to Meloni's popularity is her unwavering commitment to Italian nationalism and strong traditional family values. So as of last September, Meloni's election led to the formation of the single most right-wing government that Italy has seen in decades. And now we're beginning to see the results of such leadership, results that have left the woke left utterly freaking out. Just weeks after the Miss Netherlands competition crowned its first transgender winner, Italy declared that all trans competitors are officially banned from the Miss Italy competition. That's right. From now on, in order to compete in the Miss Italy pageant, surprise, surprise, you gotta be a miss. You gotta be a woman. You must be a woman from birth. Now, as you can imagine, the woke left is up in arms against this latest transphobic measure, but many are pushing back, saying that the very fact that we're even having to pass such measures underscores just what a strange period in history we're living in the midst of. So officials are doubling down here. As far as Italy is concerned, yes, trans-identified people are now barred from competing in the Miss Italy competition. I mean, you got to be a biological woman if you want to be crowned Miss Italy. Now, this latest measure is just par for the course in this massive turn to the right going on in Italy of late. For example, under Giorgia Meloni's leadership, the Italian government is making significant changes to birth certificates, particularly those of children born to non-biological lesbian mothers. The new legislation states that only the name of the biological mother can be listed on the birth certificate. In fact, the city of Padua has actually already begun removing the names of non-biological gay mothers from their children's birth certificates. So they're enacting these measures retroactively. And the Italian government has gone even further. They've even banned same-sex surrogacy. Same-sex couples are disproportionately dependent on surrogacy for adopting children, and the Meloni government has effectively shut that completely down. And again, this is all part of Meloni's family first agenda. So you've got the nationalist agenda of Italy first, right? Like Trump's America first. But Meloni also has argued that if you don't restore the traditional family and the demographic flourishing that comes from such a restoration, everything eventually falls apart. Again, this is why we're seeing a flourishing not just of nationalism and populism in Italy, but also traditionalism as well. All three need each other and they imply one another. Nationalism, populism, and traditionalism. And Meloni hasn't stopped there. In an effort to preserve Italian culinary heritage, the Meloni government has recently upset Bill Gates by banning and outlawing the sale of lab-grown meat and synthetic foods, upholding, as you may have guessed, a primacy on natural food, organic food, not the processed synthetic nonsense the demons in Davos want us consuming. So how are Italians responding to this Italy first, family first agenda? Well, let's just say you're going to absolutely love the latest polls. But first, before you do anything else, make sure to click on that link below and visit our good friends over at Home Title Lock. I got to admit, gang, I was shocked when I was recently shown just how easy it is to access the deed to my house, and not just access it, but actually change it. And the deed to your home is the only document that proves you own it. But the problem is that the deeds to all our homes are now online and often unsecure. And criminals are free to find your deed, forge your signature, refile as the new owner of your home, take out tons of loans using your home's equity, and then they stick you with all the debt. But that's where our good friends over at Home Title Lock come in. Gang, they're simply amazing. Home Title Lock gives you the peace of mind that the deed to your home is absolutely and completely protected 24/7. Click on that link below right now and use promo code Turley Talks. And all you got to do is just enter your address in for your no obligation home title scan to see if you've already been a victim of deed theft. That's a $100 value, absolutely and totally free with my promo code Turley Talks. Gang, look, don't wait for the worst to happen only to regret you didn't do something about it when you could have. Do what I've done. Do what countless patriots across the nation have done. Click on that link below right now and secure your home today. Giorgia Meloni is now officially the single most popular leader in the whole of the European Union. She's got a 52% approval rating among Italians, which is the highest for any current European leader. And 52% is huge for Italian politics in particular, or European politics in general for that matter. Remember, European politics in general, but Italian politics in particular, is multi-party politics. And so for one leader of one party among many parties, in this case the Brothers of Italy, for that one leader among many parties to garner that level of support is very, very impressive. It suggests nothing short of a very real paradigm shift going on in Italian politics, where their politics are moving way to the right, the nationalist, populist, and traditionalist right that we've been following and tracking with for the last 6 years or so, most particularly beginning with the rise of Matteo Salvini and the Lega Party. They had their first breakthrough election back in 2018. They came to power along with the populist left Five Star Party in their coalition government that was, to a certain extent, brokered by Steve Bannon. But that coalition government collapsed back in 2019 when Salvini pulled out and tried to force new elections. But Five Star turned around and formed a leftist coalition government with the Social Democrats, which they promised they would never have done. But obviously that government ended up falling apart, and that made way for a new right, a right that was even more conservative than Lega, to emerge with Giorgia Meloni at the helm. Her party, the Brothers of Italy, have as their motto, God, family, country. They are, as of today, the single most patriotic party, the single most nationalist populist party to assume power in the whole of Western Europe. And when combined with the other two nationalist coalition parties, Lega and the more center-right Forza Italia, they are without question the single most patriotic coalition in the whole of the entire European continent, and as it turns out, the most popular. So there you've got it. Italy is yet the latest nation to prove that faith, family, and freedom are indeed the politics of the future.
Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.